Hello, hello, hello. Margaret Lloyd here. It is Thursday, September 26th. Oh, I see I have a visitor. Snickers is joining us this afternoon. Yeah, that's okay. Snickers can visit. Yeah, you can visit. We're going to talk again about more about shadowing. We're going to see if we can get through this. We went through the last couple of days, uh, last couple of posts were part one. We're now into part two. So let's go through this. And I hope some of you have had a chance to practice journaling. It is very mind opening, it's good for everybody. I got up this morning at 6 o'clock and did my journal. So do it when it's best for you. What journaling provides you, what it does for you, it provides you greater internal strength. You learn about yourself in journaling, and which in learning about yourself, that gains strength. Improved relationships, that's for sure, because in doing journaling, you learn about how you interact with others. Oh, excuse me again. I hate that. I hate the yawning. I get tired of it. You have a clearer perception of yourself. That way, and what that means is you see more of what people see. You see yourself as others see you. Enhanced energy and physical health. Absolutely. I have more energy now than I did, let's say, 4 months ago. Because even though I have been journaling for almost a year now, it took a while for it to catch into the brain waves. And excuse me, now that it has, I have a clearer perception of who I am becoming. And it, like I said, enhanced my energy. You gain psychological integration and maturity. You gain maturity, absolutely, and your psychological being comes together to work better. You have greater creativity, absolutely. Why do you have greater creativity? Because you've opened your mind up. And you've allowed it to happen. So you center yourself. What is the center? Could be the center of your body. Could be an emotional center. Could be a mental center or a spiritual. There is no literal location. Signs that you're out of center. Multitask too much. Take on too many responsibilities all at once. Don't do that. Multitasking really is not good for us. You are reactive. How many times do you check your phone? Oh my gosh. If I'm not centered, I'm constantly checking my phone. And I know that's bad. So I stop it. You fail to differentiate urgent from important. And basically what that means is you make everything urgent, not just important. You tend to extenuate things, and you don't need to do that. That's not good for anybody. You feel fatigued. Yeah, I get tired a lot, real easily, and I don't like that. And when you're not centered, you're consumed by negativity, constantly talking negatively to yourself. Easily distracted, difficult to focus. You think too much about the past. You get stuck in high strung, and I don't like that because when I get high strung and I get stuck in that, it exhausts me. It tires me out. At night, you feel depleted, struggling to control impulses, can't reflect on the day. You sleep too late or you sleep too early. You just your system just doesn't regulate itself. And that's what I need right now. I need regulation. And I know that. And I know I do. Because I got up way early this morning. Because I had a doctor's appointment. Other symptoms of being out of center. You have addictive behaviors. Okay? I used to smoke. Close to a pack and a half a day. I finally quit that bad habit 20 years ago. I'm glad I did, or I'd still be sitting here smoking, and I'd probably have worse health than I do now. Being overwhelmed, thinking you can't get things done. I was that way at first before I started the journaling. I was overwhelmed with everything. I get up in the morning and like, what do I do? I don't know where to start. I had so much to do. I felt so overwhelmed. I knew I needed to do stuff, but I didn't know how to get it started. So I would then get lazy and just sit there and watch TV and procrastinate, put off getting things done. You get a fixed mindset. You stay in that same mindset of I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get things done. And then you criticize yourself for not doing what you're supposed to have done. I didn't trust myself. I didn't have control over myself. I really didn't. And it cost me dearly. I got scammed because I just wasn't paying attention and believing what people would say instead of thinking, instead of using my brain for something other than a hat rack. Because that's all I was really using it for. Using it as a hat rack. You literally do. You feel impoverished. You feel like you have nothing. And that's how I felt before I started the journaling. I felt like I had just lost everything. I had nothing. And all this does, when you feel impoverished, is makes you feel frustrated. You look at the past to where'd you go wrong, and it forces us to look into the future further than we need to, because we only need to look at the present. Future's not going to do you any good. The past isn't doing you any good. We need to look at the present. The present is what is working with us and what keeps us going. We look for answers in the external, a better job, finding a better job, a better significant other, if that's the case, more money, prestige, companionship, so on and so forth. We regain our center in two ways. Awareness, the ability to detect when you're not centered. And I've learned where I can do that. Method, our effective practice for centering ourselves. So we have to come up with a way. Once we realize that we're not centered, you have to come up with a way to center yourself. And we need to practice that daily. Meditation breath is one way to center yourself. And you take a deep, quiet, steady, slow breath. And if you do that several times, you will center yourself. You can do this while you're standing, while you stretch. Walk before you stand. Okay. So there's a way to do it. You sit and you move your feet. Absolutely. Sit for short amounts of time. Stop trying. Just do it. Just do what you're supposed to do. Do it at different times of the day. Don't always at the same time of day. Note your behavior after. Do it. Meditate on an empty stomach. Be technology free. Use a timer. Intervals. If you meditate for 20 minutes, have it go off every 2 to 5 minutes. Avoid guided meditation. Even the guided meditation right now is the only way I can meditate, because I've not always been a good meditator. Brainwave entrainment. So we need to train our brain waves to work right. It's not difficult to do. Be mindful of self-perception. Be mindful of what you think of yourself. Watch your parts. If you get frustrated, deep breaths. Establish a routine when you get frustrated. Establish a space to do your meditation. Change it up sometimes. Observe nature. Lighten up. Four centers of intelligence: physical, live, center, physical, line, Genghis type. Physical, this emotional, mental, spiritual. For your physical, it's in your gut. Your emotional is in your heart. Your mental is in your brain. And spiritual is in your crown. The physical center, the brain has 100 billion neurons. The gut, nearly 500 billion cells. The gut sends electricity to the brain via the vagus nerve. The emotional center, the heart, and it has its nervous network too, about 40,000 neurons. Yes, it is less than neurons, but its electromagnetic field is 100 times stronger. If you identify with this more, then you're a fixer. And when you return here, it connects you to the present moment feelings. You locate the awareness in your chest. If you evaluate the world through thought, belief, mental models, you're a thinker. If to empty the mind clears us of chatter. The spiritual center, no precise location, some say third eye or the crown. This and that, and the separation between the two, the host and the guest. The psyche is your house. Presently, many guests inhabit your home. That's true, because you got your solid self, your pseudo self, and yourself. The guests are your sub-personalities or your archetypes. The host is the self, capital S, aka the original spirit. The self is neutral, clear, and empty. It doesn't get consumed by thoughts and feelings like the guests. The host is supposed to keep the house in order. That's the fun part. How to center. Notice when you're out of center. Practice something centering, which can be a meditation. Just a deep breath can center you. 12 practices. You do each of these 2 minutes. Tune the breath. Stand like a tree, feet shoulder width, spine straight. Imagine a cord from your head to the sky. Variations of this is both hands over your head while your head floats anew to your body to relax and sink. Variation 2. Actually, imagine you are a tree. Your head, arms, and fingers are the branches. Your legs are the trunk, and your feet are the roots. Sync your awareness, which your brain gets anxious. Think with your feet. Attention to normal. Smile at your heart and express gratitude. For it working so hard all day. Because it does. It works. Your body works very hard all day, every day, and night. Get plumb in a seated position. Gaze at the tip of your nose with both eyes. As you do this, bring your focus up to your third eye. So let's try this real quick. We're plumb. We're in a seated position. And we're going to be looking at the tip of our nose with both eyes and see if we can bring that focus to your third eye. Oh yes, that is absolutely relaxing. Call upon the crown. Imagine viewing your circumstances from 6 inches above your head. Access the being. Visualize a crystal pyramid in your heart area, or a larger pyramid encompassing your entire body. Feel invincible and internally durable. Hold on to this feeling until you feel centered. Find stillness in movement. Walk at a comfortable pace. Pay attention to your breathing, your body movement, instead of listening to the mind. Notice your pace slow, and so does the chatter. Journal. Hold your crown literally. Cultivate self-compassion. We must cultivate a sense of unconditional friendliness with ourselves. We need that because you're not going to get it from anybody else. You need it for ourselves. Develop self-awareness. Reflect on non-judgmental self-awareness. It's a blade which sharpens itself. So you don't have to. Be courageously honest. It can be uncomfortable to come to terms with these uncomfortable parts, but the rewards are worth the discomfort. Record discoveries. Invest mental energy in shadow work. The shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality. It takes considerable effort. So I think that's enough for today. We'll finish tomorrow. Journaling is really good. It's good for all of us. Like I said, when we were kids, we always had a diary. Just imagine if we still had the diaries that we had back when we were kids. Imagine what we'd be telling ourselves today. Just think about it. 50 years ago, things were so much different than they are now. I just don't think that I don't think we'd be able to explain what's going on in the world today. I don't think the teenager that was writing in diaries would understand at all what's going on in the world today. It's pitiful. It is. It's terrible. I don't like it. But I know we have to deal with it because it is what it is. And we have to live our lives to our best abilities with what we've got and what's going on in this world. So with that, I'm going to say peace and love. Take care of yourself. Journal. Learn about yourself. Okay? That's what we have to do every day, is learn about ourselves. You have a peaceful evening.